Welcome to the Locker Room Pulse. My name is Brody.
And my name is Alfie.
Now, this week we are incredibly excited to kick off our podcast with an incredibly special guest. We want to introduce him. I think the shirt behind me kind of gives it away a little bit. It's Max Pitman, everyone. There you go.
Oh, guys, thank you very much for having me on.
How you doing today?
I'm good, I'm feeling good today. Had a nice little chilled week. Obviously, had a game Monday night. And then, we're here now, so I'm excited. Yeah.
So that was obviously an incredible game.
Yeah. End to end.
Good comeback in the end.
Big time.
Against Chloe Kelly's team. For anyone that doesn't know you, do you want to just kind of introduce yourself and who you are and where they could see you?
Yeah, so obviously my name's Max Pitman and I play in the Baller League currently, so that's probably what most people know me for right now. But I've also been in the YouTube scene, so a lot of YouTube videos for the past 3-4 years, so that's probably where a lot of people would have seen me.
Perfect. Yeah. You obviously did a bit of a stint with the F2 Freestylers, I believe.
That's where I first started,
Yeah. How was it filming with them, really? Because obviously their dynamic is...
Yeah, so obviously everyone can see it from an outside point of view, what's going on. But obviously I first started, my first day, I went to college, so I went to the F2 Academy. And on my first day I turned up and Billy Wingrove comes over to me, he goes, "Max, do you want to film with Roberto Carlos?" And I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute, like what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then literally since then, Jez called me, he was like, "Max, can we go to Madrid? We got a shoot with Atletico Madrid." And I was like, all right, and then it just spiraled like that.
Yeah.
But the two people, like as individuals, I can't fault them. They're both amazing at what they do, and they're both lovely people. So that's all I've got to say on them.
So you said you play in the Baller League. Mm-hmm. You play for, if you can tell behind me, United. Your coach, Angry Ginge. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you kind of know him on the pitch, but also off the pitch as well a little bit. What's he like more off the pitch? Because obviously people see what it's like on the pitch. What is it like off the pitch?
No, of course. To be fair, obviously he's quite quiet as well off the pitch, but he's still got his energy. So we've gone on like me and Ginge. We've had a couple of team meals. I've obviously filmed with him, but he's just a lovely guy. Like he is amazing. To be fair, a lot of character in him. Yeah,
because obviously he's quite loud. He's quite, energetic. And obviously you saw at the weekend on Monday you saw he was a little bit unhappy with the ref performance. He's not exactly scared to say anything in an interview afterwards. Obviously he didn't. If you haven't seen it, he did not swear, but he still got his point across about the refereeing.
Oh, yeah, too right.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't even see what was going on with the ref. I was so like zoned in, and then afterwards, I'm seeing Ginger's having a go at all the refs, and I'm thinking, what's even happened here?
Yeah. Do you watch it back afterwards?
I watch it back. Yeah.
Yeah. So you obviously get. I'm assuming you get knowledge for the next week.
Yeah, of course. And we all get tactical analysis on how the team should set up. Obviously, they didn't set up how we thought, but it was a tough game to be fair. But this season is like. It's so different. It's like impossible. Like all the new teams and the new players is so much more physical. Like you're getting people like athletes and that coming up against us. And we haven't got the biggest team in the world. Like a lot of our forward players, like you're talking like your Brian Lees and that, they're quite small. And like, I think people are going to get found out this season a lot more. Yeah,
obviously, because last season you got to the O2. Mm-hmm. This season at the start, it wasn't exactly the start that you've wanted.
No, not at all.
Considering where you were last year. Do you think as a team you can really turn it around and get back to the O2, possibly get to like winning it as well?
Yeah, look, in the camp, everyone around, Ginge, Coxie, like no one's worried at all. There's no concerns. Like it's the start of a new season. Look at SDS last year. Like they lost all their first games and they came and they won the whole thing. So it's sort of like we're not worried at all. We know who we've got in our team, and although we kept a lot of the squad, some of the new players and that, we still got a bond, because that was our thing last season. Our team chemistry was like silly. Like everyone noticed straight away. We were all just vibing. This season it's been a bit like, I don't know, there's just something in the air almost, which it hasn't been the same, but it will come. It will definitely come.
Yeah. Do you want to ask one?
So obviously, start of season, big transfer window in the Ballers League. What made you want to obviously stay at United? Is it something behind the scenes, or is it just the team you have?
Yeah, so obviously I had a few little calls. Coxie rang me up, Ginge rang me up, and also a couple of other teams were like knocking on the door, obviously offering more money and everything, and you get tempted. But the call with Ginge, he sort of was saying like, look, you were the first name on the team sheet that I picked for next season. And obviously his social presence as well. I film with him a lot, and his like Twitch chat and everything like that. They all love me. So in sort of career wise, I think staying at United was a better choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
and obviously on Borders League, you've played 11-a-side, right? Obviously professional matches, or how much different is it obviously playing from a Borders League pitch to switching then to 11-a-side? Is it difficult? Have you adapted to it yet?
Yeah, it is crazy. Obviously, as a goalkeeper, like you're so used to playing an 11-a-side goals, all your angles and everything like that, and you go into a Border League goal and the pitch is different, your angles are different. It's almost like the way you train. Like the way I was training was I found myself getting set a lot more like wider and a lot more lower, where in 11-a-side I'm a lot taller because just the goals and how close everything is. There's so much 1v1s and everything like that. So it's been tough, but I've played in the Kings League, the World Cup, and I sort of adapted training for that for a while. So I was quite lucky in that sense.
Yeah. Obviously, you've had quite an interesting football journey. From your perspective, what has that been like for you? And are you kind of happy with where you are now? Do you want to even go any further?
Yeah. So obviously, growing up, it was always sort of grassroots. I had a few like trials at Watford, and then growing up, I went to Royston. So I joined Royston under 18s at about 16, went pretty much straight into the reserves as well. So I was playing 18s reserves. I had Cambridge come in. So I was on a 6-week trial at Cambridge. Ended up being there for like 5 or 6 months, literally, because I'm an August baby. I was quite young. So it was almost, the ages weren't working out. So they were like, you can come train, play and whatnot. But I just couldn't fund it. So I sort of stopped playing 11-a-side football as a whole, started doing the charity games. And then pretty much when 6-a-side football came in, I was pretty much sold. So, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you've, as you said, you've been on a range of different pitches. Do you need to almost adapt to your the players around you as well? Because if you've got, let's say you've got 11 players out there, well, 10 players out there in front of you, you got, how many, 5 in front of you now? Do you have to kind of adapt how you play around them? Obviously, when you're passing the ball,
yeah, no, of course,
adapt everything.
Yeah, and I feel that as well. Sort of with the 6-a-side, it's so close to you. Like everyone's there, you're getting pressed instantly. So it's like the second you land on the ball and you look up and you only see like 4 or 5 players in front of you. It's like your decision making has to be so quick. We're obviously on an 11-a-side pitch, you normally got time to take a touch, have a little look. You can clip it in behind. You can play a short pass. But in 6s, no, it's a lot different. You have to be switched on like constantly. Before
I ask one, I've got one more. Game changer wise. So obviously that's the interesting thing about Border League is they've got different things at different points. I believe it's 2 in one game.
Yeah.
One in the first half, one in the second half, and it will change the course. It could change the course of the game. As a goalkeeper, what is your favourite game changer?
Well, my favourite game changer last season was the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
I scored 2 goals in it, so I had a lot of fun. We haven't had it this season yet. They've added a couple of new ones. I think they added onside, so like there's no offsides pretty much. So it spreads the pitch out a lot more. But no, the game changers are fun. I think that's where most of the goals come in, but they're so tough. Like some of them, the players, oh my God, they're getting finished out there.
Yeah.
So obviously, I have a little bit of an activity now. So this season, last season, which one you want to do, would you like to obviously make a 5-side team with players either you've played with or played against?
Okay, yeah.
It can't just be United. I think we should.
We'll
limit it to one United player has to be in that squad. The rest of them have to be.
Oh wow.
Have to be.
Would you throw yourself in goal?
Yeah, I'll put myself in goal.
Oh, there you go. That's your United player done.
Okay, cool. So normally you play 2 centre backs. Kieran Clark.
Yeah.
He is like silly, and oh my God. Last season, oh no, I can't because he's on United. I was going to throw Raz in there because Raz last season for us, he was a wild card, but wow. But I think the other centre-back I'm going to go for I'm going to put Henry Lansbury in there.
Yeah.
Just experienced, you know what I mean? And then we'll go for one in the pocket. I'm going to go with, oh my God, this is tough, got me thinking. There's so many players, some of them are just like a joke. This season, there's a couple of new ones as well. Like you got like Nathan Holland, who's at West Ham. So I'm going to shove him in there because just West Ham fan. I've just got to throw it in there. And then the 2 up top, I'm going to go with, I think I might go with the NDL partnership up there. I think I'm going to go with Tyler Winters, obviously.
Yeah.
I love that guy to pieces. And then I'm going to go with Keziah Sterling for SDS. He's just a machine, man. He's just doing the most at the minute.
Yeah. So you went through the draft last season. You play at the Copper Box, and you also got to play at the O2 as well.
Yeah.
Going into them games, obviously, 20,000 people at the O2. about that. Yeah, it was. What was that like? Was it just incredible to walk out, obviously with your team, with Ginge as well, and just being able to look around and you've got eyes all on you?
It's a really weird like feeling. I remember just turning up to the O2 and I've gone straight onto the pitch just to see, like, look around and everything. And I've walked out there and I looked to my left and I see Thierry Henry standing there. I look to my right, I see Will Smith standing there, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, I've got these guys watching me, and I'm like, this is going to be nuts. And then obviously we walk out, and I'm walking out, and you got the fire coming out of like the machines and that, and it's just crazy. Everyone cheering you. But yeah, I think the thing is as well, you get so locked in and zoned in, you can't remember it all in like detail. And I wish I could, because watching it back, like walking out, it's a crazy experience.
Yeah. Right. So we've got the shirt behind me. All right. Mm-hmm. Would you rather this shirt or the shirt you've got this season? Obviously, I know you play in the grey shirt as far as I know this season.
I prefer my goalkeeper kit last season.
But if you had to go for home shirt, the main shirt that everyone plays in, what one would you go for?
This season.
Yeah,
I prefer this season's a lot. I think because it's Nike as well. Like, it just
proper
fits
sponsorship.
Yeah.
And also you've got sponsorship. Is it Movember? At the moment it is. Yeah. So yeah, obviously I think you've got quite an array of sponsors that you could possibly have on the front, because Baller League is, you look around the pitch, they've got the advertising boards and all these big brands coming up, and you're thinking, blimey, how is this like?
The amount of sponsors they've got on board, like you've got your Head and Shoulders, you've got Philips One Blade, you've got Grenade Bars and that. There's so many sponsors there.
Do you get stuff from them as a player or no?
Yeah. So last season we got the Philips One Blade and that.
Yeah.
There's always like shampoo bottles from Head and Shoulders lying around. There's loads of Grenade Bars, the protein shakes. So they're all just scattered around the change rooms.
Yeah. And obviously you look around, let's say the Copper Box. There's very on brand with Baller League. Yeah. What was that like? Because obviously you've got the studios down at the bottom as well, where the streamers usually are.
Yeah.
Does that feel like an extra pair of, like basically an extra pair of eyes on you? Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're in the goal that end.
Yeah, no, of course. Like it's always in the back of your mind. Like you got people watching you streaming, and
like Chazza or someone like that. Might be there,
yeah, they're probably, I don't know, chatting whatever about you. Yeah. But no, for me, like the second I step on that pitch, like everything just gets blocked out. I've got so lucky that I'm really good at it. Like I walk onto that pitch and all the noise, everyone talking in the crowd, everything, like I just sort of zone out.
Yeah.
So you sometimes forget that I've actually got a lot of people watching me this game. So I'm quite lucky in that side.
I'll ask one more before you go on. Not to get you in trouble with Ginge at all, if he watches. If you were drafted to another team, realistically, which one would you want it to be drafted to? If United wasn't in the equation.
I had this chat with Tyler Winters on Monday night. I said, get me to NDL.
NDL, fair enough. I would see you in place like M7. Mm-hmm. You and Mini
Simon. No. He was the one that actually told me that Baller League was coming. He was like, "Oh look, I want you in my team," sort of thing. Yeah. And then he ended up picking.
Obviously, because it's mate KSI that owns it, was president of it.
Yeah.
What's that like as well? Obviously having him kind of in that, knowing that he is the one that made it all possible.
Yeah, it is strange to be fair. Obviously, I think it was the draft night or something, and I was just sitting there, and you see your KSIs walking past, and you see all these like managers walking past, and it's a bit like, well, okay. And then I was lucky enough, he called me up for a shoot, so I've done a YouTube video with KSI. And to be fair, he's a lovely guy as well. Like he's actually like he's just on it. He just knows YouTube inside out, and he's got a good personality with him as well. So
yeah,
but it's nuts though. It's nuts having them all there.
So obviously you've mentioned playing for Kings League. I want to know sort of how much different Borders League is to Kings League, because it's sort of two different ownerships, two different styles of play. I want to know what it's like playing in both.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I've got to be careful what I say here, because I have a preference. So playing at Kings League, the pitch is, I think I prefer the pitch at Kings League because it was its own venue and they had like a proper turf laid down, and it was like you could wear studs sort of things like molds. But the layout as well, I don't know, the thing with Kings League is it was all foreign. Like everyone there was speaking like Spanish and that, and I'm there like speaking English. And I'm having a go at this ref over here and he's like chatting to me in Spanish. I'm like, what are you saying, mate? Like what's going on? So I think the rules in Kings League were so confusing, and like we only played one game because we all got food poisoned. I don't know if it was a setup or what, but
Dodgy
us
lasagna.
and the French team, we were at the same hotel and we both got food poisoned. So don't know what happened there, but no, Kings League, it's just mental. Obviously, Baller League, like I understood it the first game. I think it's a bit more simple, but there's still so much going on because I think Kings League, I can't remember what it was, but I think you start with like one outfielder and one goalkeeper, and then like a minute goes past and it's 2v2, 3v3. So I prefer the Baller League layout and sort of the game changes and everything like that.
So obviously, I'm assuming that Ginger's kind of introduced you to his friends. Mm-hmm. So you got the Bob boys.
Yeah.
Would you, obviously you are, not like downgrade you or anything, but you are a normal goalkeeper that started off in the most normal way.
Yeah.
And now you're up here, not partying, but I'll say you're out there. You're with celebrities. Obviously, you said you saw Will Smith at the O2. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. You just see all of these famous people. And obviously, you lock in on the pitch. But is it just? Do you ever get a moment just to sit there and think, "Wow, look at where I am"?
This is something I thought about the other day actually, because I feel like the past 3 years, my life has just been like 100%. Like it's been shooting with him, and you almost sort of get like distant from everything, and it's like you forget about who you film with and who you've met. And I feel like I used to always be like, oh, what's the next thing that I'm going to do? What's the next thing? Where sometimes you should just sit there and take it all in. And I did the other day, and I was sort of just like, I was taken back so much, and it was like crazy because I filmed with so many players now, like Premier League footballers, and then like even when I do the charity games, I'm like they're having a pint with Danny Dyer and stuff, and it's such a weird dynamic. But no, I actually thought about it the other day, and it was crazy to take in, to be fair.
Growing up, I'm assuming you played in goal when you were younger.
Oh, yeah.
Was it? Yeah, it was always been in your blood. Who was your role model growing up as a goalkeeper? Who was the role model?
So like the role model for me, I remember I used to love watching YouTube, right? And obviously you love watching Cristiano Ronaldo scoring all the goals and that. And I remember one day I was just sitting on YouTube, and I think I left it on autoplay or something, and I saw Neuer, and that guy is just like a freak of nature. So I started watching him, and I just wanted to be like him. I just wanted to be the best. And yeah, Manuel Neuer for me is like, he's my idol sort of thing growing up in football, like goalkeeper wise. And then obviously my dad as well, he was the one that took me to football all the time, and he was the coach for my team growing up. So he was always like, I remember he put me in goal for one game, and then literally it was like the rainiest, muddiest day ever. And I'm coated head to toe in mud. I'm like diving at people's feet, and I was just like, yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
Stop being a winger anymore. I was like, yeah, a little left-footed winger, but yeah, I weren't any good outfield. So thank God I was a goalkeeper.
Talking about kind of personal preference, who is the best player that you've played alongside, and then also we'll go the opposite and go, who is the best player that you've had the privilege to play against as well?
Oh, wow. The best player I've played alongside, obviously I've done a few charity games and that, and I've played with quite a few people. I've played with Ashley Young alongside me, who's just like, he's a freak of nature. Do you know what I mean? He's like an athlete as well. Played against, I think, in the Baller League is that Kieran Clark, man. He's just like, he's got everything about him. Like he can defend, he can smash a shot at you and that. But then if we're counting people that I've filmed with and they've taken shots against me, I've had Harry Kane take shots against me, which is pretty nuts. But I think the most technical is Antoine Griezmann. That guy, like I've never seen anyone like him in my life. He literally ripped my whole back in half trying to make some save. He was just like, he's a freak of nature. Like, I put it hands down the best player I filmed against.
So obviously off the pitch, you're big with fashion, I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of got you into the interest of obviously all the fashion and stuff?
So like I've always loved clothes growing up. I've obviously had sort of every era. Obviously when you're younger, I was in college, I was like, you'd call it them all, like the ripped jeans and the tight clothes.
It's got better fashion than us.
No, and then I was like, right, one of my mates was like, just buy a pair of baggy jeans, man. Like, what are you doing? So I bought like a bit more looser fitting clothes. And then recently I signed to my new agency, and they're like a modeling agency, but a social media agency as well. And they were like, look, are you interested in fashion? I was like, yeah, I've been buying a lot more recently. Like, I want to get into it. And they're like, okay, cool, do fashion content. So I was like, right, okay, my audience is all like football, goalkeeping, like people from like YouTube and Baller League. How are they going to adapt to the sort of fashion thing? I remember it was literally only like last month I posted my first fashion video, and it went down the tree. Like everyone was loving it. So recently I've just been proper getting involved with it. I've been lucky. I got sent out some clothes from a brand the other day, which I've just done a video for. So But I'm loving the fashion at the minute.
Do you get guidance on how to do these videos, or do you kind of do it your own way and they will kind of approve of it, agency-wise?
Yeah, no, 100%. So I sort of pitched the idea. I was like, I remember my last agent, she was like, oh, try something like a take on a goalkeeper tries fashion. It was something like that. And I remember listening, I was like, okay, I might try something like that. Because at first it was like, if we just do a grid post of me outside, like in normal clothes, fashion post, that's what we'll start with. And I was coming home from like Manchester. We had a charity game up there. And my mate called me. He's like, oh, I've got an idea. Like, you need to do more like long, short form fashion video. Like, get it up on Reels and TikTok. I was like, all right. And he was like, you should do something where it's like a goalkeeper tries fashion. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I've got to do it. So I sort of started a new series on that now. And I've just been enjoying it. Like, I love sort of fashion so much.
Yeah. We'll do kind of the general football questions that people will get asked. Cool. So obviously you're a West Ham fan.
Yeah, big time.
I'm going to ask you who you think is going to win the Premier League. If you say West Ham, is it realistic?
No, we're relegation battle at the minute.
There you go, yeah. Who do you think will win the Premier League?
You see, I can't have Arsenal winning it because all my Arsenal mates, I just know for a fact they will not stop talking about it for like the next 10 years.
We've got one behind the camera over there, actually. Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. There you go.
I know, but I won't hear the end of it. I'm sorry. So I'd just like to say Man City. I don't mind Man City, to be fair. So if they win the Premier League, I'm not too fast.
Yeah, and obviously you've got the Champions League. So who do you think will win that? You better say Spurs.
They'll drop down into the Europa League. But
probably.
Who do I think will win the Champions League? Obviously PSG did it last year. I think this year, I think Bayern Munich will do it.
Yeah.
I actually got a feeling they'll do it. So
I feel like there's been some, I don't know how long it's been exactly, but I feel like it's been a little bit of time since Bayern Munich have like really gone. I mean, obviously they go out in the Bundesliga and they're like, you look at them and you think, wow, it's one of the best teams in the world. Well, they are one of the best teams in the world.
Of course.
Obviously, the Bundesliga always used to be the discussion of who's going to win it, Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich. Yeah. Now it's getting a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Interesting-wise, team-wise. So Bayern Munich, I think, as a whole, I think they deserve to win something like that. Because as a team, I think they've put in so much effort. Obviously, getting big signings. Unfortunately, they signed Harry Kane. So I feel like they 100% deserve it.
No, I think they'll do it.
Yeah,
I've actually got a feeling.
Yeah. So we'll go back to West Ham. Mm-hmm. Right. Do you go to many games, or do you not have like time to go to the games?
I'm a season ticket holder. I've been a season ticket holder since I was like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah. Have you found your name on the wall yet?
Yeah. I've got a plaque outside the London Stadium as well.
Oh, brilliant.
I've been big time ever since I went with my dad. My first game, I must have been like 4 or something, and then I ended up being a member. Then like 2 years later, I was a season ticket holder at the Boleyn, and then literally ever since then, most games I try and make. Obviously, when you got a charity game or when I was playing like just 11-a-side football, you can't make them all. But recently, I've just been going up there watching us lose. But thankfully, I went up there on my own to see Newcastle, and oh my God, that win was needed.
It was all the fans after that Newcastle win. It was quite funny. Everyone was taking the mick, saying that all the West Ham fans could say they're going to win the league and everything like that. Obviously, you're far from it, but I think you sat in relegation. But I think in the end, you probably end up going to do something like you're probably going to end up getting out of it. I'll be honest. Because it always is that the starting point of the season is never going to be as good as the finish of the season.
Oh yeah, no, it's the Premier League. Everything can.
You got to adapt. Your team's got to adapt. You've got to adapt to obviously new coaches and stuff like that. Everything's new.
At least we're showing a bit of progress now. Yeah. Oh my God, I was getting a bit worried. Like Potter, I don't know what he was doing, and then Nuno, like recently, he was putting out some crazy teams as well. I'm thinking, we're trying to win a game of football, and then
he's trying to experiment.
The best starting 11 against Newcastle, and it's obviously shown.
Yeah,
Freddie Potts. Oh my God, he's going to be a player.
I reckon he'll watch him go and change it next game now. That's what you get.
Yeah,
he'll go with his brilliant lineup against Newcastle, and then he'll just get rid of it straight away.
James Ward-Prowse and like Andy Irvine in the midfield, like two slowest people in the world.
Talking about coaches, obviously Spurs have had. Being a Spurs fan myself, there was that point where we were just getting rid of them and getting them back and getting them back awful. In. I was like, so that's a good question for you. Have you played under like? What's the favourite coach you played under? First of all,
cool. My favourite coach I've ever had. Do you know what? I'm going to just say it. I love Coxey, Sam Cox at United. That guy, he is something. Like, I don't know if you see it. The things that he wears, oh my God. He'll turn up to Baller League. And one game, I remember, he was like, oh, what should I wear? I've got 2 outfits. And he's literally coming with a cloak. He's got like a cloak. I'm thinking, like, are you Harry Potter, mate? Like, he looks like he's about to turn invisible or something. But no, as a coach, he's on it. Do you know what I mean? He's like a coach at Spurs. He's now at Wildstone, and he's smashing it. So Coxey, he's a top coach, and as a person, we get on so well.
Yeah. So obviously, back to West Ham quickly. Was it 2021, 2022? You had the famous night in Prague. How was that for you?
Was it 21, 22?
23, 22, 23.
You're 2 years off, aren't you? Blimey.
No, Prague. Oh my God, man.
Was you lucky enough to go, or?
My dad went without me, guys. I know. I hold him to that as well. He managed to get a lucky ticket, and I was gutted. But no, I remember I was downstairs. I didn't go out to watch it, to be fair. I stayed in my downstairs room, and I remember it was a lovely evening. Drinks were flowing. I remember it was going well. Ben Rama scored, and then they scored, and I was like, right, it's the 90th minute. I can see this going penalties, and I can see us losing. I'm like, we're finished. And as soon as Bowen put that in, oh my God, I think I broke my big toe. I've literally ran outside, done about 5 laps of the garden, come inside. I've stubbed my toe so hard. Oh my God, the whole toe's literally come off. But no, that night was just mental. It actually felt like watching a computer game. Like me seeing West Ham, I remember watching it on the TV when we lifted the trophy. I was like, this is something that doesn't happen with West Ham. This just doesn't look real.
It's like those weird FIFA career modes where you take control of, I don't know, someone like Ipswich or something, and they just go and get them to the middle of nowhere, or, go Rangers and just go and
it's like something I've done on FIFA career mode before. We've seen West Ham like win a Champions League or something, but not in real life.
Got Rangers winning the Champions League. Like, it's a little bit interesting. Go on, you can answer.
So, Magic Man on the sideline, David Moyes. How much do you miss him? I know obviously it was a big part of your history.
Yeah, no, I love that guy so much. I didn't think we should have got rid of him at the time. I know they said like, oh, let's get rid of him because we need to progress. Well, obviously we haven't progressed. We've gone the opposite way. So. No, David Moyes. And I just think he was a character as well. He's like old school, but then you see all the videos of him dancing when we win the Conference League and that. So I miss him a lot.
Yeah. So you're off the pitch now, obviously. So, what do you do in your spare time? Apart from obviously you said your fashion content, you've got the Ballers League. Yeah. What is at home with Max Pitman? What are you up to?
At home, I don't mind going to the gym every now and then. A lot of the time, like literally, if I get spare time, I'm always on my phone trying to edit something, think of content ideas. I'm always thinking like, what can I do? What content's going to smash? I'm always like browsing, see what other people's content are like killing it at the minute. I went through a little phase after Baller League final. I was just going on holidays. I was going out a bit. Like I obviously did a video of KSI. Got a bit of money in, and I was like, right, let's just have a break from football, a break from everything. Yeah. So I was just going out on holidays, just nice chilled holidays. Yeah. And then I came back to England, and it was a lot of charity games, and the charity games are lethal, right? Because it's normally on a Sunday, the charity game, and the Saturday night, say we're doing a city, a lot of the boys, we're all like, let's go out. Yeah. So
rough in the morning.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's let's go out. I come home at about 6 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I've got a game at 3. I'm on like 0 hours sleep. We went up to Edinburgh and we had a game on the Sunday. It was like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock kickoff, and I don't think I made it back to the hotel that night.
Yeah.
But like literally I was out at after parties and everything. I was on 0 hours sleep and we had to get a flight home, play a game. But I think I play my best when I'm on 0 hours sleep somehow.
There you go. Maybe you should not rest Sunday nights. There you go. Baller League would be on a madness.
I'm pretty sure my game against SDS last season, where I got I think it was like MVP of the night or something. I'm pretty sure I went out hard on the Saturday and I was feeling rough on a Monday still, and I had my best game and I was sort of like.
Maybe that's his little thing.
Yeah.
Do you know how keepers have like all their different little rituals and stuff like that? Maybe that's your one.
Yeah, you've got to be a bit crazy.
Get out on the lash. And that's how you play your best game. There you go.
There you go. But no, I'm actually being behaved at the minute. I'm stone cold sober at the minute. Halloween weekend. I say I'm stone cold sober. After Friday, I was sober. That's how it's going to be for a while now. I'm really good at sticking to it. So it's something I'm lucky with.
Yeah, let it go when Christmas comes around. There you go. That's what you got to do. Right, go on, you can ask this one.
So obviously, we were just speak about pre-match rituals. Do you have one for the Borders League, or you sort of just rock up, play your game, and that's it?
Normally I do, but recently I've just trying to be experimental a bit. I think, oh my God, it was the first game of the season. It was rough, you know. I was normally I'm quite chill. Like last game I went in so chilled, I had my headphones in, and I was like, I called it. I was away with the fairies, didn't know what was going on. And then like the second we go and warm up, I go locked in and heavy focused. But then you also have like your superstitions. Like I always put like my left boot on first and my right boot, tape like my left wrist first and my right wrist. So there's always little things that you do. And then if you do them wrong, in your head you think, oh my God, like I'm going to lose the game. So I get that. But no, it was the first game of the season. Sometimes I chew gum in my games. I don't know if it keeps me focused or something.
I think I have seen before you with chewing gum in during the game.
So, well, last Monday, I said to my physio, you got any chewing gum? She says, I've only got caffeine gum.
Right.
And I was like, oh, do you think that's going to help me and benefit me? She goes, you absolutely not. You're too high protein anyway. She went, if you have that, you're going to be like shaking in there. I took it anyway.
Yeah.
And we're having a team talk, so I'm literally sitting there like the music's going, I'm like rocking like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't sit still. Like, what is going on? And I struggled to sit still anyway. So this caffeine gum sent me to the moon. And I stepped out on the pitch and I'm like, I got RD rapping and I'm like two-stepping whilst...
Oh, what was that? What was that like?
I was so confused.
Because obviously it was kind of a thing set up by, what was it, John Terry?
Yeah.
John Terry. And obviously Ginge didn't look phased.
No,
I mean, obviously it was meant for him more than the rest of your team. He didn't look phased.
Yeah, of course, it was all aimed at him or whatnot. And I remember just before we were walking out, I saw this guy in a tight 26ers top. I was like, oh, that's that RD guy, and I'm pointing him out. I'm like, what's he doing? He's got a mic, he's gonna start rapping. And then we're all lined up together.
Yeah.
I remember just sitting there, and I'm on this caffeine gum, so my head's going spinning. And I've got him just rapping. You can't hear a word what he's saying. It sounds like mumble or something. And I'm just having a little dance to myself. And then I remember getting in goal, and I'm literally in goal. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm like buzzing. Like, I need to calm down a bit. Then we literally conceded in like 3 minutes or something in the first game. Unfortunately, we couldn't come back that one, but at least we did last week.
Yeah. So,
just quickly, obviously about the rapping. How random? How weird was it? Obviously, just seeing John Terry with a mic. Just
do you know what? It was it was proper making me laugh as well. I just found everything so funny. Like Ardy was rapping, and then like you got John Terry and the ad libs like just butting in every second. I'm thinking, what? This is like the weirdest crossover I've ever seen. Like never in my life did I think John Terry's going to start doing ad libs in a tiny little rap. I'm thinking this is like what Baller League can do in the content scene recently has been like, wow.
Yeah. I'm going to ask the guys behind the camera quickly. Is this confirmed that Ginger's going on I'm a Celeb or not? Is it not? Is it a rumor? Well, here you go. He's the one that knows. So
it's not a rumor. It is.
It's not a rumor.
No. So the next 4 weeks we are without a gaffer.
There we go. There you go. Confirmed here by Max Pitman. Everyone.
Next 4 weeks without a gaffer.
What do you think he's going to be like on I'm a Celeb? Because obviously he's very energetic.
Yeah, well, we asked him, what's your biggest fear? And he goes, spiders. I go,
there's
have fun.
There's no point, yeah.
I don't know. I think people either love him or hate him. I think he's got the potential to be a fan favourite. And I think this could be massive for him to be like a sort of welded in household name. Do you know what I mean? If the family's watching I'm a Celeb, I think it's massive for his career.
Yeah. So, Baller League draft. We'll go back to the start of last season. Being said, obviously you were given I'm assuming you had the Nike jackets, stuff like that. You were given all of that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Given that, you're thinking, right, okay, this is this. Sat there in the stand, and obviously it was quite, I wouldn't say dramatic, but I would say it was kind of like when someone was picked, it was kind of hyped up a little bit, especially when it was first choice picks as well. What was that like, being sat in the stand in front? You looking around, you see Tobe Jizzle, you see Timon Minter, you see Angry Ginge. I mean,
John Terry.
But you're seeing basically all the people that, I mean, me and you, obviously, probably you as well, grew up watching.
Yeah, you had Figo there as well.
Yeah, what was that?
That was the only time I saw him. He didn't turn up to any other games.
Yeah, what was that like?
Nuts, crazy. Like they were walking down the stairs to the right of me, and they all sat down and started picking players and that. And you're thinking like, yeah, this is actually cool now. Like you start getting a moment of realization, like, okay, this is actually what it's going to be like. And it was horrible for me, right? It just kept, everyone was getting picked and picked. And I think only 12 goalkeepers are going to get selected.
Yeah.
They took like 20 something goalkeepers to the draft, and I'm thinking,
right. So there's
okay, I'm not locked in here. I'm thinking, oh, it's fine.
So
I know Toby, Simon, Ginge briefly, Sharky. I'm like, okay, one of them will pick me, hopefully, just because we know each other. And then it was they all picked someone, and I was thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I might not get picked, and I'm like, not panicking, but you're almost like, I don't think it's going to happen. It's not being me. And then I remember getting out my phone, and Ginge was streaming it. He was live streaming the whole thing. And he put it in his chat like, oh, what goalkeeper should I pick? And everyone was saying me.
Right.
And I was lucky enough. The reason he said he picked me is we crossed paths on a shoot the week before. We were both up at Newcastle. I was there directly with Adidas, and Theo Baker, he was there for Pro Direct. So we sort of had a interaction, and then literally, he picked me, and that feeling, oh my God, that was more exciting than I think walking out of the O2 at that point, like hearing your name get called. And I started walking down the stairs, and like I thought I was going to fall down the stairs at one point because I was like so out of it. And I think I whispered in his ear or something. I started chanting United. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So to get to the draft, I don't quite know. I don't know what your journey was to it. Obviously, I feel like this season they have the whole thing where you go down to some pitch and you're going to trial and you're going to see. Was that last season as well? Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Just getting my facts right.
But yeah,
what was that trial like? Obviously, because I'm assuming a few of them were still there, like Ginge and that were watching. You've got your coaches as well watching as well.
So obviously I did the Kings League, and my talent manager for Kings League, she is now the talent manager at Baller League.
Right.
And also Jermaine Pennant, obviously the nutcase ex-Arsenal player. I've got a few stories of him in Mexico, but he called me up. He was like, oh, look, I'm doing a bit of scouting for the Baller League. Like, come down to the trials. You're pretty much going to get drafted. Just come down. So I went down. Toby Ball was like my partner, the goalkeeper. And I've known Toby for a while, so that was nice. And we've literally done one game. We were meant to go around all the stations. Me and Toby literally played one match, and we got like mixed about. And we were like the only two that got drafted from that trial. So yeah,
that must have been interesting, obviously, because you've got you've got so many famous names. I feel like we keep saying it. There are so many famous people there.
You don't realise till you actually think about it.
Yeah, and obviously for the fans, obviously younger fans, because it's all YouTubers and stuff like that. Do you think that's kind of a good experience about them for them? Sorry, good experience for them because I mean, look, you can sit in the stand and you look down and there's Angry Ginge, there's Mini Minter.
It's wild. It is nuts. Like Ginge with the fans is one of the nicest people in the world. Like after every single Baller League games, after the games are finished, he'll go around the whole copper box, chatting, interacting, photos, whatever. But I remember like the weirdest feeling is, because I don't feel like I should be in a position, like it's really weird, I don't know if it's called like imposter syndrome or something, where you should be, like I walked up after the game last week, the first game, and I remember I walked up because I was meeting like my mum in the crowd, she came and watched, and I remember walking up and everyone, it was me and Ahura that went up, and everyone from like the stands, they just come and getting photos, like signatures and everything. You think like, whoa, this is actually like crazy. Like, it feels like it shouldn't be real, sort of thing.
There you go on.
So obviously, I'm presuming you know all the other managers sort of quite well off the pitch. Who's like probably like one you'd want to spend time with outside, sort
of? So I know Simon Mini Minter quite well. Anyway, I've been around his house, filmed at his pitch loads. I first met him at. I was doing a shoot with Soccer Aid, so it was like a challenge video. Whoever wins the challenge plays in Soccer Aid, and I was the goalkeeper in that. And I met Mini Minter there, and I made this mental save, and he was like, "Who the hell are you?" sort of thing. And I remember I had a chat with him after, like exchanged Instagrams, and he like the next week he was like, "Oh, come down to the pitch. We need to film a video." And then I get on really well with him. Like we chat off the pitch still. So no, Simon's like I get on with him really well.
Go on, you've got a few questions there to ask. You got Tyler Winters, right? Don't know, obviously, how he got into the same team. Can you tell a bit about that story or not? Kind of how he was brought in.
How he went to NDL or how he came to United?
How he came to United. Because apparently I've heard he just...
So he was last pick.
Yeah.
So what happened was at the draft, Ginge at the end has gone, put your hands up, like, who wants to join United? And obviously, because he hasn't been picked yet, he's like jumping up, United, he's chanting and everything. And at this point, I'm not even there. I'm getting my photos taken, so I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I remember, he got picked. I knew nothing about him. I knew nothing about anyone on our team other than, obviously, I've heard of PK Humble and Harry Kane. I've been on one shoot with Harry in my life. So it was like a new team, new people. A lot of people knew each other in my team. And then, me and Tyler, I remember turning up to like the first training session, and me and Tyler, we just got on like that. So, we've got such a good like chemistry, me and Ty.
Right, we'll make this the final question. Right, so obviously, you've had your career before Baller League. Mm-hmm. How has everything changed since then? Obviously, I think your contact book probably looks 10 times bigger than it was before.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is funny. Obviously, I've got a lot of contacts in my phone, which, like, if you told me when I first started college, or just before, because obviously the first day was with Roberto Carlos, but no, like, me looking back at it now, it's like, wow, like, it is crazy. Like, never would I ever have thought I'd have these people in my phone book, like, let no film with them or ever meet them. So it's been crazy. It's been, like, a really mad experience so far, but in my head, like, I'm still just getting started. I'm still just trying to work my way, like, around the space, get into, like, new opportunities, obviously with the fashion, obviously trying to do my best in Baller League again. Let's try and win it this season. But it's just been mental.
All right, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Very grateful. You are now officially the first guest we've ever had on the first ever episode.
Amazing.
There you go. So everyone go and check out Max's social media for all his fashion content and all his Baller League content and everything like that. It's quite interesting to see what it's like as a goalie in Baller League. Make sure to check out our social media as well, Locker Room Pulse. He's been Alfie. I've been Brody. And that's a Chelsea scarf. And obviously, we've got one of the best shirts, I think, behind me at the minute.
It is nice.
It is nice with the Pepsi logo. So thank you very much for joining us. Keep an eye out because we'll be filming more episodes every week, basically. Hopefully every week. Might skip a few weeks, but hopefully we can get every week out. And, thank you very much.